Stepped into days and that shit's so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air. Superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of wires and light, late night sessions feel so right. Insanity's dams we all embrace, a smile found on every face. Dave's Dimension, here we roam, a place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray, superheroes light the way. Dave's Dimension, here we roam, a place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray, superheroes light the way. Unbox the wonder, see them shine. Every spark a moment in time. Gadgets speaking in mystic tones, Dave's world where the unknown's known. Chaos reigns with vibrant glee, insanity's harmony set us free. From gadgets grand to heroes tall, Dave's Dimension answers the call. Dive deep into the pixel sea, unveil secrets so free. With techniques the fantastic sprawl, Dave's name echoes in the hall.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally, that's one hell of a catchy song. Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again to Tuesday Night Talks. Well, I gotta fix that marquee because that was from a video. Yep, let's go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. Hey guys, it's Tuesday Night Talks. Back again, Tuesday night, Dave's Dimension, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme, and of course the channel for tech, toys, and talk. Let me fix that. Let me fix that just a wee bit. We got our little apps here. Let me fix the widgets. There you go. Let me see. And we'll, you know, we'll remove that for right now. Yeah, guys. In case you haven't checked it out, our latest video on Dave's Dimension, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. We dropped a new video this morning. You guys might want to check it out. I'm going to pull it up here so you guys see what exactly I'm talking about. Those that don't know, I dropped StreamYard. StreamYard is gone. StreamYard is dead to me because of the outrageous pricings that you're trying to use. So we decided, when I say we, I mean me, I decided to make a little video called the StreamYard Killer. That's right, we have a new video called the StreamYard Killer. It's all about, well, all about Streamlabs and its Talk Studio. So there I am. This is exactly what my interface kind of looks like right now. And there's so many different widgets. There's so many different integrated features from StreamYard. Or not from StreamYard, but from Streamlabs, OBS, and Talk Studio, which used to be known as Melon, I'm sorry. They're merged together, and this is what you get. You get the ability to do so much more at a fraction of the cost. This video was not endorsed, was not promoted in any shape or form. This is just my personal opinion, just trying to share some information with you guys, trying to spread a little bit of love, a little bit of positivity, to try and save a few bucks while taking your streamer videos to the next level. So guys, please go ahead and check it out. It's right there in Dave's Dimension. We premiered 11 hours ago. We got 17 views, which isn't bad. But please go ahead and check it out. There you go. It's the latest and greatest video. Plus, I have a new video coming out Thursday, which if you ever wanted to make your own theme song for your channel, for your streams, guys, you want to pay attention to Dave's mention on Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday morning we're going to be dropping that video, so please go ahead and check it out. But until then, let's get back to the show, guys. So we got a lot talked about, but let's get back to the chat. Of course, we got Ultra Carzilla in the house, in his house, if you know what I mean. Know what I mean, Vern? Let's change up the color a little bit. There you go. Digging down a little bit. There you go. There you go. We got Ultra Carzilla seeing Ultra Carter in his house. There you go. I like that. Something a little different. Let's spice it up. Spice it very, very nice. There you go. Let's see what else is going on. We got a whole bunch in the chat. Let's start off with Mega Demon, or Mega Dan. I hope you're feeling better. I know Mega Dan said he was having a little bit of dental surgery earlier today, so I hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling good, buddy. Ultra Godzilla saying hello to Mega Dan. I made the decision to join the chat. Okay, well, you know, if you're not feeling well, you just go ahead and take a rest. I understand how it is. I got my root canal today. My tooth hurts like an effer. Oh, trust me, I understand. I've had to have teeth removed before. And of course, I was asking, are you kids ready? I can't hear you. And of course, Ultra Carzilla is doing yes, the Bryan Danielson. The yes movement, of course. eBay, he finally, from eBay, I finally received my rare Jurassic Park Dominion Maisie Beta and Lystrosaurus 3-pack along with my second Fallen Kingdom. I'm not even going to pronounce that one. I'm not even going to try. Coming next week, coming this week also from eBay, I finally got my Jazzwares Halo Master Chief and Grunt's lot as the seller. Order came from come back from vacation to ship it. Okay, awesome. A lot of pickups, don't you, Ultra Carzilla? I wish you got the rights to Bobby Rhodes' glorious thing to have as your intro. I know it's a thing. It is a thing. I know. But if I play it, copyright city. So trying to avoid that. Our watch hours aren't that great as it is, but hey, it is a thing. Speaking of a thing, we got Dre the Collector Safe Space in Z chats. And by the way, Dre, when you get a minute, if you're on break, because Dre works nights, you might want to check out your Instagram chat. I kind of sent you a little link to something I was playing around with. Just one thing I was playing around with. It's a work in progress. You'll have to let me know what you think. We got the man Collects saying, what's up, everybody? Ultra Carzilla saying, what's up to Dre and to the man Collects. Hope everyone's doing good. Now, this is going to be a different... I always say it's going to be a different kind of stream. And usually it is. So, as you guys saw in the title is, well, quite simply, Tuesday Night Talks. Will the HASLAB roll or will it stall? You guys know I'm a big proponent. I am hashtag Ecto-1 or bust. I want this Ecto-1. I really do. But things are slowing down to a crawl right now. To an extreme crawl. At the end of last week, we were like around maybe 7,700, maybe something like that. Right now, if we were to look at the HASLAB, there you go. It is at 8,904. Now, I pulled it up around 6:30, 7 o'clock. It was at that number, and then I refreshed it around 8:30. It was still at that number. So we're gonna refresh it again. One person placed an order. This is a bit disheartening. Okay, as a Ghostbuster fan, collector, and you know, someone who cosplays Ghostbusters all the time, I'm really rooting for this Ecto, but the fact that things are crawling, things are slowing down, it does sent a kind of a worried vibe to me. Yes, we have until what, December, is it December 5th or something? Let me just pull this up. Okay, so we have 27 more days, okay? So if you do the math, we can do the math. There's what, 30 days in November, okay? We have 30 days in November. It's already the 7th or the 5th today, okay? So do the math. It's like, you know, we have less than a month. It's less than a month to go, and we still have what, another give or take 3,000 and change, 3,095 to go to reach the goal. And from time to time, sometimes you can see dips. You can see people suddenly dropping out. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. The problem is there's a lot going on. Not just Ghostbuster-wise collecting, but drops all over happening. I mean, Sideshow just had their major anniversary event, which is still ongoing, where they had Hot Toys at discounted prices, and there's a lot of people who are getting out of smaller figures. They're dropping certain collections to move into different collections. Both me and Dre, the Collector Safe Space, we are kind of favoring quality over quantity, which has been a big thing, okay? Man Collects saying, what's up, everyone? Dre says, I will check it out, okay? I had commented on Bosk Bounty's Q&A video regarding the TVC scale Ewing as a HASLAB, and I commented stating that it should not be a HASLAB as it's not worthy of a HASLAB like the Razor Crest. Ultra Carter, with you saying that, let me ask you this question. Do you think that the Ecto is worthy of being a HASLAB? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Now, this is an Ecto 1 that goes with a, what is it, 1/12 scale figures, 6-inch action figures. Plus, I've heard there's a lot of people throwing certain buzzwords around that these are that it's an instant collection. If someone is not actively collecting Ghostbuster figures, yes, you could go in on this, go in on the deluxe model, right? And because the deluxe model, you get Ghostbuster Plasma Series 6-inch scale Ecto 1 with lights and sound. You also get now you can convert it between Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A for the deluxe. So you get the ability for that with the deluxe. Plus, you get, let's take a look at all the figures. You get Louis Tully. We get Slimer. We get the Gray Ghost, or the Gray Lady from the library ghost right there. We get the 4 guys from Ghostbusters 2 in their gray suits. We get their proton packs. We get the slime blowers. We get the proton streams and the slime blower effects all included. This is not just an Ecto, but it's an Ecto where you can swap it between 1 or 1A, and you get the gurney so you can actually throw the packs on there. This is the most realistic Ecto we have seen in this scale, or even a smaller scale, okay? With the exception of going to like a Blitzway, which is like, what, like a 1/6 scale almost, or a little bit in between the two. With short of doing that, this is very affordable in my eyes. It's the cost of a proton pack. That is a HASLAB proton pack. But if you know anything about Ghostbuster fans, we will spend money, we will sell stuff off to get props, to get certain things that we really want. The Ghostbusters community is a big community of collectors and traders, and that's the thing. This is a must. I mean, if you've seen any of the videos, and I challenge you to do that, go check out channels such as Yes Have Some, Adam Savage Tested, even the actual HASLAB group. Geek Dad Life had a great video because he was there at the Hasbro event during the time of New York City Comic Con weekend. He had a great video where he got to talk with the creators, with one of the engineers. I believe his name was Zach. They got to talk to him in detail. These are great videos to check them out, but also keep in mind, these are prototypes. what you see in the video are prototypes, so they are subject to change. If you're noticing pins, or if you don't really get to see movements, because these are prototypes, they're not exactly meant to be able to be posed yet. But the end products you're going to get are going to be posable. The fact that you can have Ecto 1 or 1A, I think that kind of future-proofs it. Let's say you're more akin to Ecto 1A, right? Or even Ecto 1. Well, let's say 5 or 6 years from now, the lights stop working. Well, you could swap out the roof rack to make it Ecto 1A and put the 1A decals on there, kind of, extending the life of that prop, so to speak. There's a lot of different things you guys can actually do with it. Yes, if you guys are wondering, am I pushing this? Yes, I am, because I really want it. I want it not just for myself, but I want it for all the collectors out there. This is the first time we've gotten an Ecto in this scale with lights and sounds in such detail that it is mind-blowing, and it should be a no-brainer. At least in my book, that's what I'm thinking here, guys. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. Oh, so you don't think that the Ecto should be a HASLAB? Okay. I'd be curious to hear some of your thoughts. What are some of the reasonings that you think that the Ecto 1 should not be a HASLAB? I mean, could they do an Ecto 1 without lights and sounds? Yes, they can definitely do that. But I don't think we'll get the quality that we are with this. And I'm okay with this. I'm okay going in on this. Because we have never had a 1/6, not a 1/6, but a 6-inch figure scale Ecto ever. Some people are trying to 3D print ones, but that comes from a lot of trial and error. When you're 3D printing props, you go through so many iterations of it until you have a final part that actually looks good. I mean, hell, I've been 3D printing parts for a new pack, and some of the parts are not 100% perfect, but it's trial and error. If you're doing that with an Ecto, most 3D printers are not going to be able to print a full-size Ecto, at least for 6-inch figures. You're going to have to cut them in sections, print it in sections, and then try and bond it together. It's a whole process. Not everybody and their grandmother is going to be able to do this. Here you go. You're dropping $400, and you get everything here. You get how many figures? 5 human figures, 2 ghosts, 5 proton packs, 2 slime blowers, 5 particle streams, 2 slime streams. There's a lot in here. There is a lot in here. So I still want this to happen, but I'm going to discuss a few things tonight, guys. I'm going to be as open as possible, but I still think that this is worth it. And to Carterzilla's point about the Razor Crest in the movies or in the TV show got destroyed right after. So that did not turn out that well, did it? Let's see who else we have in the chat. We got David's Life, another another Western New York YouTuber. I'm here looking for a quiet, non-election stream. I'm sorry, you don't want politics? Listen, here we rock one vote, and that's the vote. That's the right to party. Okay, I'm part of the Beastie Boys party. Okay, where we vote for the right to fight and partay. So yes, this is going to be a politics election-free stream. If you're looking for political streams, you could go over, if you want any kind of religious or political streams, I highly recommend checking out Yukon Phil's channel. He seems to have plenty of that content. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing good. Asthma's kind of messing up a little bit, still has, but I'm better than I was last week. Breathing's still a little shallow because the weather's been going back and forth. I mean, we were up to 76 degrees today, kind of crazy. Let's see here. If you're in Central or Western New York zone, you still have time to vote. Yes, you do. The polls are still open. I do think that everyone has the right to vote, but I'm not, and that's the end of what I'm going to say. Because when it comes to politics, this year a lot of people have been, I don't want to say sensitive, but when it comes to voting and politics, it's been a very messy, very volatile year. So this channel, we're not gonna talk politics. We're not gonna get political when it comes to that. So that's not gonna happen. Okay. Despite coming with a ton of stuff, I think it shouldn't be a HASLAB, since the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man should be worthy as a HASLAB with alternate hands, heads, and exclusive figures. Okay, I do agree that they could do a Stay Puft. They could do a Stay Puft, you know, a la, you know, think of in terms of Giant Man or the Sentinel or even Galactus. They could do a Stay Puft, but here's the thing. I don't know if the Stay Puft would garner a large enough following. Ghostbusters, as it is, in all honesty, can be very niche when it comes to general or casual fans. You don't see Ghostbuster figures on the regular at the pegs. You see them pop up once in a while if there's a movie coming out or there's a new game coming out. When there's attention, Netflix is working on an animated series. I'm sure we're going to get a line of toys for that. But it's not as strong as, let's say, Star Wars. Star Wars tried to do a large figure, the Rancor, it failed. In fact, Star Wars has had a few failures over the past couple of years. Reva's lightsaber, you know. The thing is, though, Ghostbusters has performed extremely strong when it came to props. And that's something that you cannot deny. This is their first time doing a HASLAB surrounded around action figures. I mean, it would be great if maybe we had a future HASLAB that was a firehouse, but I don't think it'll happen. A 6-inch scale firehouse would take too much. It would be too huge. Okay? There are people who are doing 3D printed firehouses, which is an interesting take, but it depends on how big it is. I mean, that's the thing. This Ecto is going to be massive. Okay? So there's a lot going on with that. Let me just catch up here. We got Rolando Flores, the multiversal moderator. How are you doing tonight, Rolando? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're feeling well. Everyone's saying hello to Rolando. Rolando, the man who is in every stream and video, past, present, and future, all at once. He is the Matrix. He is the space-time continuum right there, guys. Rolando is the multiverse. I dare say Rolando is our anchor being for this universe, if you're a Marvel fan. It's true. David said, he waved hi, getting tired. Hey, if you feel like crashing, David, go right ahead. Nice, I'm all for the right to party. There you go. Who isn't? I know that feeling about asthma. Yes, Western New York is filled with a lot of asthmatics, guys. A lot. But I mean, taking a look at this, you get the 1984 hubcaps. You get the hubcaps for the Ghostbusters 1A. You get the rear bumper that goes onto it. I mean, look at all these accessories here. There's just so much that they packed in here. And I'll be honest, I like the idea of not having stretch goals, because a lot of times you can actually stir up a lot more doubts when you have stretch goals, because like, well, I don't think they're going to get to this level, or hey, you really think they're going to get to this level? I like the fact that they didn't do that. Oh, there we go. Ultra Carzilla saying, the failed HASLAB Rancor should have never been over $340. It should have been priced between $100 and $200 and have unique figures. But no, Hasbro never listens to the fans. You know, I'll say this. I am not one of Hasbro's biggest fans. You guys know this. I talk crap about Hasbro all the time. But you can't make every single customer happy. You can't make everyone happy. There's always going to be someone who feels butthurt about something, okay? You got the Karens and the cows out there in the world pushing things around. But I will say this looked tremendous. Now, ideally, in my book, if I was part of the HASLAB team, I would not be launching this now. I would have launched this back in June, Ghostbusters Day in New York City. They were there at New York City at the Hook and Ladder 8 Firehouse for the annual Ghostbusters event, which is organized by not just the FDNY, but namely the Buffalo Ghostbusters. They do an amazing event every year. They organize things, and it just gets bigger and bigger and insanely better each year. The 40th anniversary was was no exception, and Hasbro was there. They had people with the two-in-a-box HasLab, not fully finished, but they had the the prototypes there, so everyone can like hold it to feel the weight of it, to see feel the mechanics, to feel how weight how heavy it is, to see some of the to see that they are using real bolts, they are using cap screws, they're using transistors, they really are making it as movie accurate as possible. I got to check out the trap, and I also got to check out the PKE. The electronics were not finished, but Hasbro was there. They didn't have to be there, but they were there. So I do commend Hasbro for being out at a big fan event like that. And it wasn't like a Comic-Con, okay? The annual Ghostbusters Day event that is held every year is a free event. There are no tickets to be sold. There's no passes. If anyone ever tries to sell you a ticket or a pass, you ignore them, you block them, and any questions about the Ghostbusters Day event that will be happening in 2025, please direct all questions to the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook, or go to buffaloghostbusters.com and you can email them directly there. They can answer any and all of your questions there. Okay, I believe it's going to be on, I want to say the 7th this year, which is a Saturday. But no, I do agree. The Rancor was a big failure. One, they're giving figures that should have been released already. Okay, their little diorama piece was just a printed piece of cardboard for the background, which I think is pretty lousy and pretty cheap. Let me see here. Pull this up on stream. The failed Rancor stretch goals choices were bad, as it should have included Makali. I'm butchering the name. Newly sculpted slave Leia, Ula, and a retooled Gamorrean guard with alternate half-eaten parts. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could have done. I've seen people go to like dollar stores and buy like little toy skeleton bones, or just bags of bones, do a little bit of weathering, and you had bones right there to do your own Rancor pit. It's sad. It is sad. Yep. I mean, it is what it is. But the problem is, one, I think if they would have done it in June at Ghostbusters Day, I mean, there were 3 Ecto-1 replicas, 59 caddies that were in front of the Hook and Ladder 8 firehouse that day. We had over 1,000 people there, maybe 1,000, maybe even 1,200 people. There was lines wrapped around the block. We had tons of prizes, tons of autograph signatures. We had bands, plural, there. I mean, it was just a madhouse. It was amazing. It was an awesome fan event. And I think something like that would have been a great jumping point to announce the new HasLab. It would have been loud, yes, but it still could have been cool to release it that day. Because just the word of mouth. Because as someone who goes to every GB Day each year, there are people from all over the world, not all over the country, but all over the world. People from South America, people from Peru, people from England, France, Italy, Germany. I mean, just all over the world, and they come to Ghostbusters Day because the firehouse. It's the Mecca. It's it's our Camelot. It's our Cat's Lair. It's it is everything. Even though the interior is not what was used in the movies, the exterior, just being there, Hook and Ladder 8, it's just an awesome feel. And plus, with that amazing sign that was fundraised by the fans, courtesy of an initiative by the Buffalo Ghostbusters, it just creates an overall atmosphere and feel. I think that would have been a better time to do it, because at least then you got summer, right? You got summer. People, maybe they're getting their summer bonuses. With releasing it right now before the holidays, it hurts the wallet. It hurts the wallet a lot, and also there's a lot of competition going on. Like I said, Sideshow has been doing a lot of amazing deals on 1/6 scale figures. Personally, full disclosure, I have not bought any from Sideshow. Full disclosure. 2, you have Mondo Toys and their real Ghostbusters that they are doing right now. And Mondo, they are definitely in my eyes, I have to give full disclosure here. I'm starting to consider possibly going in on this. Possibly. And I'll explain why. One, even though a lot of people have compared the look to like a Super 7 Ultimates kind of feel. You know, we don't know how the true articulation is going to be. We've seen picture stills of them posed. That's all we've seen. But I mean, Venkman looks. I mean, he looks pretty good here. I like how everything looks. Even Slimer kind of looks like Slimer from later on when he did the later seasons when he did Slimer into Real Ghostbusters. It would be cool. I mean, considering you're paying $202 retail, right? $202. It'd be cool if we had like an LED in here or something, like a little pinlight battery we could shove in the back of Sam Hain's head to make the eyes glow. I think that would be cool. But yet that is going a little bit overboard. But take a look here. For the 200 for this pack, the 2-pack, because you get full size Sam Hain with 2 alternate heads, one set of swappable hands, right? You get Slimer with his floating above with his little slime stand right here, right? You get Peter Venkman, and not for nothing, aside from the face sculpt, this is dead accurate off the TV show. From the little greebles, the little hooks and lanyards he has coming off his belt, to the RGB version of the belt gizmo. We also have a set of gloved hands. We have the proton pack with the trap hooked on. We get a second alternate head. Or I shouldn't say a second alternate head, but a second head or an alternate head. We get the particle stream that can fit right onto the pack itself. We get a trap, but this trap can either be set to open or close, and we get Sam Hain being sucked in. Now, you could just get Venkman. Venkman comes with everything you see here, okay? This, with Sam Hain, the 2 heads in the hand swaps, that is a separate figure all onto itself. You can get, I believe they are going to do Sam Hain separately, but they're not offering it on the website right now. Now, if you type in Real Ghostbusters, all you're going to get is either you have an option of getting Venkman by himself, right? Or you can get Venkman and Sam Hain, okay? Now, these are made out of PVC, ABS, and clear PVC. So if you ever bought like a Diamond Select or a Marvel Select like diorama piece or statue, that's going to be the kind of quality you're going to feel here. So I would be careful. This is not something you want a 5-year-old to play with. Okay, I will say that right there. Look like a Orca Ranger enemy. There you go. Power Ranger he meant. Okay. Yeah, but Sam Hain looks. I mean, he looks badass. And let's be honest, we had Real Ghostbusters before we had Power Rangers, but Sentai would be a different discussion altogether. Looks like a Power Ranger enemy, but you know what? I mean, you can say that, but Real Ghostbusters, I mean, this brought our imagination. Sam Hain was definitely one of the more terrifying creatures. Boogeyman. I'm not going to say Sandman. There's a lot of others. Murray the Mantis. There's a lot of bad guys that we had to face in Real Ghostbusters, and they had amazing writers during the course of that show. But here's the thing. Now, originally, this was going to be $202, right? $202. And then they decided, you know what, we're going to do free shipping now. They did free shipping, and that's also shortly after they did free shipping, that's when HASLAB announced that we were going to get Louis Tully, because they wanted it to where we were going to back the HASLAB within 2 weeks and reach 12,000 orders, and then we were going to unlock Louis Tully. Well, they decided, since, I don't know if they decided because of Mondo, but the timing is a little suspicious, that when Mondo announced about free shipping, that we decided, or Hasbro decided, hey, we're going to give you Louis Tully. It's Halloween, trick or treat, we're going to give you guys a treat. You get Louis Tully now. So there is that. However, now, apparently, let's say, okay, now here's something, right? We're going to go ahead, okay, he's 202. Let's say we add him to a cart, right? 202, or you can break it up into 4 installments, or you can break it up into $18.23 a month for a couple months through Shop Pay. So you have some options here, which I will say is that is something that Hasbro doesn't do for HasLabs. They don't give you the option to do PayPal or to do any kind of payment plan. So there is that. These do not ship out until May 25, so you can definitely theoretically get these paid off beforehand. Okay? So let's say we want to get one. So we're going to add one to the cart. Well, now it's dropped down to $192. So hell, that's $10 off right there. So that is something, okay? Now what's interesting is if you wanted to buy one for yourself, but then buy one for a family member, right? Maybe your best friend. Let's say you wanted, your best friend isn't into Sam Hain, but he is into Venkman. So we're gonna click on Venkman, right? He's 101. Let's add him to the cart. Now, if you're adding more than one item, whoa, it gets broken down even further. So if you're actually ordering more than one, 168.66 for this one now, and now this is down to 84.34. So what normally should cost about $303, you've now taken it down. You've taken $50 off of it. So that is something. If you are going to order the Mondo figures for Real Ghostbusters, and these are the only two that they're offering right now. So with that being said, if you were going to do it, maybe group up your order with your friends and get a bit more of a discount. So that is something to be said about that. So that is something. But if you weren't, I mean, still, let's say we're going to remove the 2-pack, right? I mean, $91, that's still $10 off with free shipping, so you're only paying tax. So yeah, the tax will take it back up to what? About maybe 101. So you're back to the original price, but you're getting free shipping and you're not having to pay that extra money. So, I mean, there's pluses and minuses here. Let's just say we went to checkout, right? Oh, we don't want to see that. Don't want to see my personal information. So let's just go back to Mondo. But see, the thing is with Mondo Toys, they are known for higher quality stuff. I mean, yeah, a lot of their stuff, they're doing 1/6 scale Batman figures. So, like the size of a Hot Toy, I mean, yeah, you're dropping 220, 225, 185. You're going to drop those for some of those prices. Like, they're X-Men. I mean, let's take a look at Cyclops right here. We get like a multiple blast effect right there. Where it looks like he's shooting out multiple blasts. And they did cell shading on here. I'm not a big fan of cell shading myself, but I get the look that they're trying to do. You get like two versions of Cyclops. You get different hand gestures. You get that one episode when he's got like ice cream or something in his hand. But you get these two separate blast effects. You get his visor like it's heating up, like it's about to blast someone. And then you have the visor where you have the insert where you can put the blast effect on. So yeah, and this is 1/6 scale. So there you go. $220. It's 1/6 scale, but that's the thing. That's the thing that they're doing. Okay? They got Batman the Animated Series. We got Mask of the Phantasm. We got Man-Bat. And of course we got Bane. I mean, this one right here, I'm not gonna front. This is Batman the Animated Series, and I really shouldn't have done that. So let's take a look here, guys. We get the grappler. We get his grappler with the hook. We get a couple batarangs. We get a little bat symbol, little bat blade. We get a visor. We get his breathing mask. We get Bruce Wayne. We get Batman with a little bit of a side grin, and then we get Batman gritting his teeth, and then we got the from the episode of Heart of Silicone, we get the cyborg Batman, which was a great friggin' episode. I mean, and the eyes friggin' glow in the dark. You mothers, ooh, so much you can do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Batman the Animated Series guy, and this would be something I would love to friggin' have. Like him and Joker, I could do him and Joker, and I could be happy. I could die happy, I could have those in my collection and not go for anyone else. I know that's a bit crazy, but take a look at this. We get, like, at the Joker, you get all the different Joker faces for him and Hamill. Oh god! And I'll be honest, Kevin Conroy is always going to be the voice that I'm going to hear when I watch Batman the animated series, or if I'm reading a book, like a novel of Batman, or even a comic book. I'm always going to read it and hear his voice. I actually have this statue. I have a statue of Batman from this episode, where he's got the he's got the part of his fake skin is ripped off. You can see the cyborg, and he's holding like a pirate sword. So I do have that in my collection there. Some like the little VR little, and they're doing the cell shading on here. It doesn't look that bad on him. I'm just usually not a big fan of it. I think this is pretty decent. You know, it definitely looks like him from the animated series, as someone who would rush home after school in junior high to watch this. This is definitely, oh man, this is, yeah. I have a couple Hot Toys that I'm actually selling to a friend, but I would be tempted to turn around and take some of that money and go in on this. I would, but priorities. I love Batman, but the fact of the matter is, I love Ghostbusters as well. But the problem is, Mondo launched this around the same time as the Ghostbusters HASLAB. So some people are torn. They're like, well, do I get the Ghostbusters? Do I get the Ghostbusters HASLAB, or what do I do? Mondo's also doing Masters of the Universe. They're doing Venom. Venom 1/6 scale. Let's take a look at some of this. You get the Venom hands, the two-tone. This is before Carnage, separated from him. We get webbing effects with both fists. We get short webbing and we get long webbing, and then we got little thwips shooting out from him. So you got that. You got him holding, Spider-Man's mask. You get an alternate Venom head with him sticking his tongue out, and then you get civilian-looking Eddie Brock with some webbing effects here too. Not gonna lie, that it does look good. It looks really good, but this is not something I'm planning on getting. The thing is, Mondo comes out swinging, but Mondo also aims for the older audience, the older collectors. I mean, like here, let's take a look at their Joker. So I'm guessing this is like some kind of a stand or something right here, because we saw the same thing with Batman. We get a couple of the Joker fish. We get 1, 2, 3 alternate Joker heads. We get the Joker playing cards. We get the Joker bomb. We get all these different sets of hands. We get the Joker joy buzzer. Is this like a screwdriver or something? Or some kind of ice pick? I'm not sure what that is. And then we get the Joker bomb. I mean, if you're a Batman the Animated Series fan, this just hits you. It hits you in the feels. Again, they're doing cell shading here, but it still looks really good. Yeah, it does. It does, guys. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. We got Nerd Affiliated in his house. And by the way, guys, if anyone wants to jump on, if anyone has some input, they want to discuss any of this, you guys know the link is in the description below. So go ahead and check it out. Click on it, jump through the portal, and join the dimension, guys. This one is currently sold out, but again, it's interesting that if people want to do multiple, that there's a price breakdown. I love Lower Decks, but I'm not at that point where I want to collect Lower Decks. So that's not something that is enticing me. I know a lot of people are loving Godzilla right now. But just to go, okay, we got Sabretooth, we got the Thing. Of course, we got Magneto. What does Magneto come with? Let's just check him out. Just for craps and laughs. So we get some alternate hands. We get some, I don't know what this is. I'm trying to remember what this is. Maybe that's from like a Sentinel or something. But we get to like this crushed machine right here. We get 2 alternate heads from Magneto, or Eric Lenscher, if you will. We get one without the helmet, and then like evil gritted teeth, and then we get the Magneto effects right there. But again, These are 1/6 scale, so these are Hot Toy scale figures. So these are not small. So I will give them their credit. You know, for 1/6 scale, these are priced. These are priced to go. I'll say that. But again, taking a look at and it sucks we have to scroll all the way down to take a look at Ghostbusters, but it is what it is. Now, Archer, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently if you order more than one, okay, let's say we want to do this. Let's say you know, like I just told the guys, I said, what if you know someone who isn't into Sam Hain, but you are? So you're going to order one regular Venkman and you're going to order Sam Hain with Venkman, right? It breaks down. So the 2-pack, if you're ordering multiple figures, the price will go down further and further and further. So this goes down to $84.33 and $168.67. I'm curious if we were to increase the number. Okay, so that's weird. So 168 and 84, but if we increase the price, this turns into 177 for two, and this goes up actually. So that's a little weird. That's a little funky with their site. What if we do this? Okay, so that's not quite jiving. That's a little weird. So yeah, so if we increase this one, it goes to regular price now. What if we do this? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird. So they might have some kind of glitch in their system, but taking a look at this right here, if you got the 2-pack, which is usually 202, you can get it for 168 if you're buying one of the regular figures. Let's just remove this completely. So yeah, so now if you're just getting this by itself, it's 192. Let's say if we crank it up to 2, it works out to a little bit of a savings. Not much, but a little. So that's something kind of weird. Let's see here. I'm not an expert, but I toy hunt videos on YouTube. You don't have to be an expert. Vern is like, order. Well, Vern, I hate to disappoint you, but I kind of wish they had more Ghostbuster figures right now. Like offer Venkman and someone else, but right now they just have Venkman with Sam Hain or Venkman by himself. And I'll be honest, I would actually be happy. I could live with myself just ordering Venkman. Just ordering Venkman because he has his pack. He has Slimer, right? We get an alternate head. We get gloved hands. We get the trap. We get the particle stream, but we also get Sam Hain being sucked into the trap. So I'd be happy with that because you're getting Sam Hain without getting the full-size Sam Hain and without paying the price for the full-size Sam Hain. So I could live with that, actually. I love the particle stream. It'd be cool if there was an LED effect in here somehow, if that was possible. You know? My concern is also this. My concern is about the posability of these figures. Unless you have Mondo figures, you're probably not going to have any idea on how well these are going to pose, if they are posable at all. Vern, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you want to join the stream, the link is in the description. Anybody can join in. But like, that's the thing. I think it looks cool, but is it enough for me to jump up and down and say, yes, I have to get this? No, it's not. And right now, my priority is this. I want the Ecto to fund. I mean, with everything that's included in here, in my book, I think this is worth it. I believe with my heart that this is definitely worth it. Let's see, are there any more backers? Oh, we just jumped. Fantastic. We were, at the beginning of the stream, we're at 89.04. We jumped to 89.05. Now we're 89.08. I'm hoping that the traction, the buys are going to increase, but I'm worried personally. I'm worried about how it's stalling right now. That is my concern. I want this to fund, not just for myself, but for so many other Ghostbuster fans out there who've wanted a Lights and Sounds Ecto 1 that can go with a 6-inch figure. Personally, I do believe that there can be life beyond these figures that they have in this set. I think they could do more. They can do more variant. You could get the khaki suit variants. You can get more figures or more ghosts from Ghostbusters 1 and 2. There's a lot they can do. I would love to see the Scoleri brothers, in a figure form. I think that would be great. I mean, hell, the Manny Collector figures. We had the courtroom scene figures. We had a set of the figures where the guys are in there, doing the commercial from part 1. There's a lot of different variants of figures that they can give us, and let's be honest, Hasbro's known for being Repaint City, so why not give us all those other variants? It seems like a no-brainer. They do that with Marvel Legends all the damn time. They're doing it with G.I. Joe Classified series. They're giving us the Tiger Force. They're giving it all these different repaints. They're giving us all these different repaints, so why not? The Ghostbuster fans will buy it up. I mean, maybe you're going to make less stock, less productivity, less inventory, I should say. Because, yes, a lot of the figures you would see at Ollie's or other discount places, but I'm fine with that. Easier on my wallet. But I get they are in a business to make money. Okay, what do I have to get? Please elaborate. For me, the HASLAB is the top priority. Now, for some people, I know some people are probably looking at it like, well, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. I'm thinking about it, I say at the very least, order it right now, okay? I'm not saying you have to order 5 of them, okay? Some people I know are actually ordering 2. One for Ecto, one for Ecto 1A. Me, I have limited space. And I know that was also Archer's argument on his stream. He moved to a new home. He has tons of vehicles that he bought this year, via McFarlane and other toy companies. So, I get that space is a commodity. This year, I started restructuring, getting rid of some of my bookcases. These bookcases you see back here, they will be gone eventually. But, I did the garage shelving units. And I found I had more space. Because like with the Target or Walmart bookshelves, you have maybe 11 or 12 inches at best forward. With these, I have like 24, 25 inches coming out. So it allows me to display more figures. So that's part of my motivation right there. There's so much more you can do. I mean, I took stuff that was on maybe 2, maybe 3 bookshelves, and I have it on 1 garage shelving unit. I moved the Hot Toys over to this unit, and I have a bunch of Lego stuff on top. So that's what I kind of plan to do with what's behind me, and I'm probably going to be able to condense all that stuff onto 1 or 2 garage units with still more space. I plan to move my Proton Packs so that they're in a raised spot so you guys can actually see them. So I actually have them on display a little bit better. So, but I do plan on having room for this Ecto. I have a Hook and Ladder 8 diorama on a lower shelf. I also have the Playmobil Firehouse. I think they would still look great together, that I could display them together. But I think this is a no-brainer. This Ecto should be a no-brainer, but I'm afraid because it's been stalling. Let's just keep refreshing this. Still in the 8908. Okay. But that's the thing. This is great. This is a great item to have, but I get that not everyone can swing it financially right now. Or maybe they're already tied up in pre-orders from summer. Maybe you have finances that are tied up and then you have the holiday season coming up. It makes it hard to do all that stuff. I get that. Let me fix my chair real quick. Okay. There we go. I need a new desk chair. And if anyone wants to donate to Dave's Dimension to help me afford a new chair, we do have the PayPal in the description below. So feel free to throw a few bucks in there if you want. If not, I understand. I appreciate it. But I mean, that's the thing here. I plan on getting one. There's no way I'm going to do two. I just can't. One, we don't have the space. And two, I don't have the finances to do that. And like I said, I am selling some Hot Toys I did some trades on recently. So I don't have displayed. I have a few that I will be selling. I have a buyer, so as soon as they're able to swing the money, these will be going bye-bye, and some of that money is going to be put into other stuff that I'm getting. Like I said, I want to do more garage units so I can kind of get rid of the white bookcases. Don't get me wrong, the white bookcases are fine for a lot of people, but I need a little bit more space. My Power Rangers, just majority of them are actually going to get bagged up. Yeah, same thing with my Star Wars Black Series, because I'm not collecting Black Series anymore. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Anyone out there actually going to back the Ecto-1? And I don't mean like, oh, you're actually going to do it. I want to know if anyone is seriously interested. If you are planning to back the Ecto-1, I would love to hear it. I know Archer's passing on it because of space. Vern, are you going to be backing it, or are you maybe holding out hope for like a Ramen Toys version of it? Alright guys, I have to go now. Get my rest. See you guys next time. Yep, Ultra Carzilla, you have a good one. Archer's asking about my pack prints. I'm still in the prototype stage. So I have to play around with some of the settings on my printer, plus printing with different types of materials and different settings and different ways to print things. Just to show you guys, let's go ahead and we'll condense this right there. So I actually did a quarter print, quarter of the cyclotron, right? This is the one with the end filter. It didn't come out too bad. I have to try and do the settings. If you notice, we do have a little bit of a pattern here, but I do have this sanding spray that I can apply here, or some wood putty, to kind of like fill that in, do like wood filler, and sand it down, and then hit it with a primer. Should cover up pretty nicely. So that's one thing I can do. But I noticed when I was printing it, I have to get some special needle nose kind of crimpers so I can get some of these supports out of there. Okay? That's one example. Now, I made the gearbox. This is where the crank knob goes on at the top of the pack. Now, don't mind the color. This is, again, a prototype. We do have print lines on here, so again, I'm probably going to either play with the settings. This is just a prototype. But I had a little bit of stringing right there, which can easily be sanded and buffed out. You wouldn't even notice. This is where the crank knob would go on to. I was playing around with some different prints, some different styles, so I was using 2 different colors. Plus, if I prime this, you're not going to notice it anyways, guys. But this came out really nice and solid, just using regular PLA. I mean, this is solid. I think it would take a sledgehammer to really break this apart. But you can see, again, I had that little threading back there. But you're not going to notice it. It's still nice and sturdy. I mean, I could take a hammer to it right now. It's not going to break. So, I mean, and the thing is, the prints I have already have holes, and they make the holes right there for you. So for bolting things on, or bolting things on the inside, it's going to work perfect. Now, that's right, I was actually able to print the full cyclotron cover in my printer. Now, this is not perfect. This was a test print again. If you notice, there's a little bit of pimpling. I call it pimpling, where there's some bumps here. I could easily sand this stuff out, hit it with that sandable primer I told you, the little Bondo, and smooth it out, and then repaint it. I'm good to go. Plus, let's be honest, the Proton packs, story-wise, canon-wise, if you think about it, these packs were built in a dilapidated firehouse with substandard powering in non-laboratory conditions. So yeah, the packs are not going to be perfect, and if there's a little bit of bumps or a little bit of scuffing, it adds a little bit of character to it. So yeah, I was able to print this all up. I took a lot of the supports out, but if you notice, again, I have that little threading here on the inside. I could burn that out, or I'm going to keep playing around with a few different techniques to try and get rid of that issue altogether. Because if you notice, I did not have that issue on these. I could do 4/4 of the cyclotron and just not have that issue. That could be something I could do, but I wanted to see if I could do one solid one, so I was able to do that. And I did a end filter. This one came out really nice, actually. It's a different color, yes I know, but I also have this print pattern because I printed it upside down. And the bed I use is a textured bed, so I might see if I can buy a couple flat magnetic beds and see if I can get a different kind of pattern. But again, I could fill this up. I could spray it with some sandable primer, smooth it down until it's nice and flat, or even just get like a palm sander to kind of level this out. And I can flatten it that way, just a little bit. Bam, Bob's your uncle. And she'll go on just like that. You know, it's a thing. So yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. These are just test prints. I don't care about the colors. I'm doing test prints, so it has me. You know, I can play around with, okay, this is working, this isn't working. Let me try this. Let me try that, because I do plan on doing a new Back to the Future proton pack. You know, call it the Mark II or the Mark III, if you will. It'll be the Mark III. And I have a lot of ideas for it, but I want to perfect being able to print the pack parts first. So I'm printing all the regular Ghostbuster, all the regular proton pack parts you would see on a standard pack. So there's everything we can print on there. What are you thinking about the paint scheme? Oh, well, if you're wondering about, I mean, as far as a Back to the Future pack, I obviously want to do silver. There is silver filament. If I can perfect how I'm printing parts, I could always do the silver filament, you know, and do that for these parts. Although, if anything comes out where I have to sand it, I'd have to be very careful on where I'm touching things up. But I also thought about printing this stuff in silver anyways. That way, if I do black spray paint and the paint, you know, shows scratches or gouges over time or starts wearing away, it would reveal natural weathering. So that is something else I can do. I could print a regular proton pack in silver, hit it with black spray paint. Now, also, if you're anyone who hasn't made a proton pack before or modded a Spirit proton pack to look like screen accurate, this is what you do. You put tape over all the smooth parts you want, like these rings here, and then once these parts are covered, you buy bed liner spray like you can get at Harbor Freight. You spray the cyclotron itself to give it that coarse, rough look. You peel the paint, and then you have the nice smooth look right there. That's a simple trick you can do. So I have a lot of different methods, a lot of different things. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing, now that I have my 3D printer, now that the printer is actually doing some pretty amazing things, or above Garaka, for example, I would love to see if I can do an RGB pack. That would be great. That's definitely on my list. But coming this week, the P1P is not going to be a P1P anymore. We are upgrading that this weekend, potentially, to a P1S. That's right. Because of my neighbor being a total and utter pain in my rear, I swear, my elderly neighbor downstairs, her name must be Karen, I swear to God. So, I had this on the wood stand that you see right there, right? With the figure sitting on top. So I had it sitting there, and apparently she was complaining about vibrations and bar music. Yeah, apparently it's a thing, guys, bar music. I think it was the rhythm of the printing she was hearing, and considering this is essentially a wood box with drawers in it, it's like a speaker box, so it's kind of focusing the vibrations to the floor, even though this is a carpeted floor, mind you. No, don't mind the mess here, guys. It's a carpeted floor, so it was still causing vibrations apparently, and they were complaining about it. So I moved the printer back over to the desk here. But let me move the microphone here. If you notice, we have a rubber mat, and I have a concrete paver right here. Apparently it's a trick with 3D printing to reduce vibrations. You get a rubber mat, and then you lay a concrete paver under, on top of it, because concrete is going to stop the vibrations and the sounds. It helps lessen it, right? So I decided I was going to paint it black, so I painted it black, and then I put new feet on the bottom of the printer. If you notice, the printer kind of moves around. I bought like these little shock absorbing suspension kind of feet that go onto the P1P. They're designed specifically for that. So when the printer is moving around, basically it's not causing as many vibrations, and any vibrations that are being caused are being absorbed by the concrete block. So apparently that's a thing. But with the P1P that I'm getting, or sorry, the P1S modification kit, which I'm going to pull up for you guys right now. Okay, P1, if I can learn how to type. So, this is what I'm getting, guys. I ordered this week. They're doing a Black Friday sale. So, I ordered this. So, we're getting tempered glass on top, tempered glass on a door on the front, a new panel that goes over the controls, side panel, new back panel, and this is actually going to be an enclosure. We get fans for the inside, and one of the reasons why I'm getting this is, one, it's going to reduce sound. Two, it gives a cleaner look than this bare bones stripped down kind of vibe. Plus, with it being, it's going to be wintertime very soon. It's going to get really cold here up in Buffalo. So any coldness that's coming through my window, even when it's closed, will not affect my prints. Because you got to figure, the bed heats up, and also the nozzle is heating up the filament. But if you have cool air, that kind of contradicts, kind of cancels everything out. So, with this being a self-contained unit, it's going to hold all the temperature inside, which will make it easier for everything to stick to the bed and for the proper prints to come through. So I'm doing this for multiple levels. Well, if you take a look here, we have 1, 2, 3 fans that we're installing here. We have these panels. I do wish the panels came in different colors, but I can always take the panels off and paint them other colors if I really wanted to do this. I've seen some people that almost do something like a vinyl wrap almost to it. So there's a couple different things we can do here. There you go. We got the front cover, back cover, side covers. They're all branded P1S, Bamboo Labs. This is a gasket, a little magnetic gasket that goes on the side, so when the door closes, it's magnetic. It holds a nice tight seal. Here's the hinges. Auxiliary part cooling fan. We have 2 of these fans. Chamber temperature regulator fan and the control board fan. So it's good. It's a good thing to have the heat, but you also don't want to cause your boards to overheat and cause damage. They give us a couple extra tubes. This plastic chain goes over the existing wires to help prevent it from damage, which is good because right now, actually, one of my wires took a little bit of a nick from that kind of thing. So now that I'm going to have this protection, it's going to secure everything and help the longevity of the printer right there. This kit is usually $257 right now. They're doing a Black Friday sale, so I'm getting all this for $191. And also, I ordered a hardened extruder, steel extruder, so I can use some more tougher materials inside the printer as well. So yeah, doing some upgrades here, guys. Upgrades are coming. Now, I did have to order a new heatsink and also a carbon filter for air filtering, because you got to figure there's going to be fumes, and because the fumes are condensed in a small spot, the filter's going to help it out at the end. I did order a new extruder, so we do have this coming in right here. So yeah, we're doing some upgrades to the printer, so hopefully this is going to help things out. down the line. But what does everyone think? What do you think of the Mondo Real Ghostbusters versus the Ecto-1 HASLAB? I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, this looks great, but there's a cool deal. You can swap out the cartridge, so you have the open trap with Sam Hain. I think, if anything, I might do the single Venkman as a test. I just wish that they were offering another one of the guys right now. You know? Have you noticed a major change in the electric bill? No, I really haven't. See, that's another thing. I'm also ordering a new light to go inside the printer. I mean, you gotta figure, you basically download a file and it's just printing. I mean, think about your regular paper printers, like an inkjet printer. I mean, it's just running all the time. I mean, we always have a pretty strong electric bill, to be honest, because my wife likes to watch TV with the lights on. It's just the thing she likes to do. I always have the computer running for the most part. I work during the day because, well, I work from home. So my work computer is always on, and then there's my home computer. So we always have a pretty strong electric bill, but have we noticed a tremendous change? No, we don't. Because also, there are some people who do mods to the printers to add a lot more lights, and they want to run both the default light and a new light at the same time. And all the experts tell you to don't do that, because you can draw more power. One, you're drawing more power doing that, and two, you can also cause a short in the system, because obviously a lot of the circuit boards, on the wiring, they have their limits as far as power draw, right? So you could cause damage to your printer if you're doing something like that. I've seen people who do mods where they print little supports and they take like a LED strip and they set it up in there. The light upgrade I'm doing is actually something that Rex from Millennium Workshop has done. So if anyone out there is looking for any ideas, if you're looking, or if you have questions about 3D printing, go ahead and check out Rex of Millennium Workshop. He has a Millennium Workshop channel. He talks with a lot of amazing creators. And when I say creators, I don't mean YouTubers. I mean special effects and prop makers. So you definitely want to check him out. What about a second printer? It could be cool. However, I mean, there are bonuses to having more than one printer. Having more than one printer means you can print twice as many props or twice as many parts. That is something. But also, the flip side of that, you're spending twice as much money on filament. Okay, it's going to take up twice as much space. I think right now I'm happy with the P1P about to become the P1S. So right now I'm good with that. Now if I happen to find myself in a situation where I did get a new printer, I did get a second printer, that would just make it easier for me to print stuff. I know I have to print a ton of mini puffs for next year for several events. So that would actually cut down the time that I'm doing on that. So there is that. Let's take a look here. The HASLAB team is on YHS podcast, and I wish these outlets would attempt going to different channels. It's always the same channel. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like usually it's Geek Dad Life, or you've seen YHS. I mean, Geek Dad Life, he covers a lot of different content. He does cover a lot of Ghostbusters stuff because he is closely. I don't want to say affiliated, but he does a lot of team ups with YHS because obviously they're all friends. I guess they even did a thing on the Steve Harvey court thing or whatever I heard about a while back. Never saw it. But I do watch them from time to time. But yeah, I do get, personally, I would love to see Hasbro do something with, GB News, Jason from Ghostbusters News. I would love to see something done with that. I would love to see them reach out to Ghost Beacon or Ectoplasm, the Ectoplasm podcast. I would love to see something like that. I would love to see Ghost Beacon. I mean, Ghost Beacon, he travels around and he does news here and there. I would love to see something like that, or Great Scott Props, or there's a lot of people out there I would love to see them, do something with, or hell, they're affiliated. I would love to see, maybe the HASLAB team reach out to, Anthony Ramblin' Nerd, because after that prop that he made, courtesy with the prints of I think it was Great Scott Props that might have printed some of those components, but that was all Ramblin' Nerd Anthony. That was all his his brainchild. So I would love to see Nerd affiliated, Archer, him, Sal. I would love to see all of them get a chance. I would love to see that. I think it would be really awesome. But ultimately, let's be honest, Hasbro they are a business, right? And if you're going to go for promotions, or you're going to go for promoting something, you're going to want to kind of tend to go to the people who have the most eyes on them. I mean, if you go to like YHS Podcast, or their YouTube channel, you will see that they constantly, they usually get a lot of people. In fact, I'm going to see how many people they have on stream right now. When I mean on stream, I'm talking about watching them right now. On YouTube. Stop being YouTube. Just type in YHS. Okay, trying to see if they have anything going on right now. Do they have a live? Looks like the last thing they did was, let me see here. Latest is 12 days ago, if that's possible. They did a live stream, and looks like, let me just skim through. About halfway through the stream, they had they had over 1,800 views. And that was 12 days ago. It doesn't show me how many people were actively watching at one point in the stream. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it would be cool to see other people, other channels get the chance to shine, because I mean, also another thing is, from a business standpoint, I guess you don't know who's going to act in what way, or are they going to be they're going to be nice and friendly, or are they going to be total D-bags? Exactly. Great Scott prints or props. Frankie Geek Electronics is another one. He does a lot of stuff with the Spirit Halloween. The stuff that he does with the Spirit Halloween is amazing. So again, those are the kind of guys I wish. Yeah, they're live with Emily and this other guy. Are they live on the Hasbro channel? I'm curious. I'm asking for a friend. See here, a lot of people have done content for the HASLAB. Yeah, I am not finding anything just yet. So if they're live, I'm not pulling it up for some reason, unless it's a channel that I'm not actively following. Oh, let's see here, Geek Dad Life. No, that's a Geek Week. With Super Sorrel, that's something else. Toy Anxiety Channel, okay. Because that's where the fun begins, right? Let's see, what do they have going on right now? Okay, so they're live right now. I'm not going to stream it here, copyrights and all. So it looks like they have about 75 likes, and they have about 204 people actively watching right now. So 204 opposed to like R7, it is what it is. And I think also they want content creators and channels that have a lot of traffic. Obviously, one, some of their notoriety comes from a few of them being in the Ghost Heads movie a number of years ago. Always going to like Ghostbusters events and always going to like toy conventions. I mean, they don't just do Ghostbusters, they've covered Marvel, they've covered all the HASLAB events. So, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like, yes, they have Emily. There's Pat's from Hasbro. And of course, YHS crew is there. You got, what is it, Ryan Dole. You got Craig. You got Abby. You got Jacob. So you got the usuals plus 2 members from HasLab. And honestly, I think it's great that they're having some of the HasLab team out there. In the social media lately, there's been a lot of people kind of dumping and being just the complete worst towards Emily of the HasLab team. I don't think she deserves it. I don't think anyone deserves it too. Yeah, the Toy Anxiety channel is the second channel that they have. So, yeah, right now they're showing pictures of, let's say, Bill Murray. So, they're going through pictures of all the guys. So, I mean, you know, honestly, you can check them out for toy content. I mean, they definitely have, you know, they're the ones who get the, you know, they get the all access. They get to do a lot of amazing stuff that not Joe Average gets to do, but, you know, that's perfectly fine. You know, they've worked for years to get to that point, so, you know, you can't fault them for that. I certainly don't. I mean, more power to them on that, you know? And my knee just popped. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, yes, they get opportunities, but would I love to see other people get the opportunities? Yes, definitely. Always. I would love to see, like I said, you know, there's, in fact, Moogly Club is another great content creator, but they don't have a YouTube channel. There's a lot of, like, Ectoplasm podcast, I think, is a great one. They have a lot of great content. They cover people, groups all over the country and world. I would love to see groups like that get their flowers, as my buddy Dre likes to say. You know, I would love to see that kind of you know, that kind of content, that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? That kind of love, so to speak. You know, it's just something I would love to see happen. But hey, you know, that's not always in the books. That just means that those who want that just have to work a little bit harder at it, hoping that they'll get noticed. I mean, what more can we say about that, you know? So that's pretty much where we're at. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch their podcast or their stream later. I'll watch the replay to see what they were talking about. You know. Sometimes they do some funny stuff, and then sometimes, you know, it's a little bit, you know, left field, you know. But hey, everyone's like that nowadays. Everyone's got a gimmick or something that they're trying to do to, you know, to gain favor or to gain views, to gain subs. Here we are. I think we maxed out at maybe 8 people tonight at one point, maybe 9. But hey, I do this for the fun because I like discussing this stuff and I like talking with all you guys. And gals, if anyone's out there, giggity. But hey, what was that? Yes, they have channel 2, and you're a better man than me, LOL. In what way am I a better man? And do you have perhaps a little criticism towards them? I mean, yes, they are the ones that usually get to talk to these people or to be on this set or do this and do that and do that. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. You know, they happen to have that luck or they happen to have that, you know, that way of talking into things. But, you know, I can't get mad at them. I mean, they're lucky and fortunate enough that they find themselves in those situations. Whereas, like, someone like myself, you know, that's not always in the cards. And I'm personally, I can't hate on them for finding themselves in a situation where they can do that. I mean, if they get to do that, more power to them. but me getting mad over it or angry over it is not gonna it's not gonna help me health wise. You know, getting frustrated over things, that's never a good thing to do. You know, you can only control the things that you can control. I would love to be in that kind of situation. I think also their location helps them a lot. Where they are located helps them tremendously. At least that's the way I see it in my book. But you know, we just have to see what the world has going for us there. Fix this. There you go. There you go. But yeah, it looks like they're going through a whole slew of things. By the way, if anyone is a big Ghostbusters fan, and if you haven't checked it out, Adam Savage, formerly of Mythbusters, has his tested channel. They recently got to do an unboxing of the Hasbro HASLAB 2-in-a-box, the Ghost Trap and PKE. They did skip a few things, like we didn't get to see the EMF feature, and I don't know, like some of it just felt a little off. It didn't feel like the presentation that the Proton Pack was, as far as the unboxing. And maybe I was spoiled with how much of an experience that was. I thought it was, I thought that one was pretty great. Archer says, "I'm a hater. I hate any channel doing better than me to motivate me." Haha. Hey, that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of if we can do a separate stream. Speaking of haters, someone who I dislike, their content that I dislike, got themselves put on blast this was it yesterday or the day before? This one person who, they started out like a small YouTuber like the rest of us, and they started to find themselves growing, but they went from being like wholesome, family-friendly kind of content to being kind of scandalous and trying to bite off other people's gimmicks to use as their own. And this person's channel started to grow and grow, and it kind of got a little scummy. Okay? And there's a very cool YouTuber that I came across thanks to Archer and Nerd Affiliated that I follow, and this person's channel put them on blast. So Archer, you probably know who I'm talking about. All I will say is hashtag stay resilient. That's all I'm going to say, guys. But the person in question, they were actually, at one point, I considered them a good friend. When I found out stuff, I would pass it along to this person, and then this person started kind of like stiffing some of their longtime viewers, and started like sticking with people who were getting them things or were doing them favors, and now said person posts content that's not his original content, but he's basically taking other people's stories, taking their images word for word, and posting it, and throws their own watermark on it to pass it off as if they're breaking the news. And these people are posting very scantily clad images of various celebrities. It's very untasteful, it's very non-family friendly, and the way this person has treated others just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm glad to see that somebody put them on blast, kind of like let the justice be known, let the truth out there. And so I'll say this: it's healthy to have a little bit of, I shouldn't say hate. It's healthy to feel a little bit of jealousy, especially if it motivates you. If it motivates you to do better, if it motivates you to take a look at yourself and say, hey, what can I do to change things up? What if I, can I do this? Or, hey, I think the last couple streams I've been slacking on something. Maybe I need to try and polish things up, or maybe I need to try this or try that. If it helps you in the long run, then go for it. Go for it completely. Okay? So, there's a difference between hating and letting the hate consume you, and letting the hate motivate you. So if it motivates you, Archer, go for it, man. Let's see here. Tested didn't even have a Hasbro person there. to walk them through the unboxing like with a pack. Yeah, that's another thing. They just kind of like they received a box within a box within a box, and then 2 boxes. They didn't have like all the flair that we had before, so that had me feeling a bit lacking. So I don't know if this is an early version of the unbox. I get the feeling it isn't, so we'll see. They actually laid off the design director who went over there the last time. Oh, ugh, jeez. Laugh out loud, this guy. And Megadan says, I mean, I'm not going to drop names, but those who know me know me. So, let's see here. So, I mean, you know, mythology of a geek, if you will. There's your tip. There's your little hint. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see here. The test guys weren't up to date with the 2 in a box, which I think affected the video. Yeah, that video was kind of janky in a way. You know, the assistant or partner for Adam Savage, he seemed to be the person kind of running things almost half of the video, and Adam was just like, oh wow, look at this and look at this. It seemed like he was kind of like a backseat host. The other guy that was with him, he definitely seems more energized. I don't know if he actually works for Tested or was he a Hasbro, you know, plug. Who knows? Let's see here. Norm. I don't get what you mean, but yeah, that video was very lacking, and if that's the unbox this time around, it's very suffering opposed to the Proton Pack. I mean, with the Proton Pack, you know, we had like the little puzzle floor thing that we kind of had to play with to lift up that top, and Norm works for Tested. Okay, so he works for Tested. But yeah, he seemed to be more in charge, more involved. Like he was like, hey, let's see if this is a real wire. This is a real cap screw. He pulls out an Allen key and plays with it, and he was able to unscrew stuff. And there was no mention like, hey, if we can easily unscrew this part, and this part, maybe we can do some more. We can do more modifications because Ghostbuster fans are all about mods. There was none of that. When we hit the HASLAB Proton Pack, we talked about it, and they also talked about like, hey, by the way, there's this extra switch, and oh, you can open up this, and you can do this, and this. There was talk about how you can open up, how you can modify packs. There was no talk of that this time around. Like, oh, can we replace the wire that they give you for the pedal and trap? There was no talk of that, or what type of connector it has, or hey, can we replace it with this kind of a thing, or no mentions of that, which it felt very lacking. My personal opinion is it felt very lacking, which is not a good feeling personally. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, guys. So guys, it's about 10:37. We only went for about an hour and a half, but we talked about quite a lot. I need to take a look at a few things. I might even do a little Spirits Unleashed tonight. I didn't get to do a whole lot. And also, there may be a little bit, I can't say it just yet, but please expect a special stream in the future featuring me and another YouTube content creator who you guys all know and love. And we might be recapping. There's been a few lists out there of like favorite Saturday morning cartoons, or favorite cartoons of 80s and 90s. And let's just say that the Outer Dim Bros might be doing a special where we go over our own list. So stay tuned for that. Next week's Tuesday Night Talks is going to happen. And if anyone is interested in jumping on and talking, or maybe featuring your own channel, or maybe you have a subject you want to discuss, bring it on, guys. We got a lot to discuss. And by the way, guys, don't forget the recent video drops I did. We dropped the StreamYard Killer. So if you want details on the StreamYard Killer, go to Dave's Dimension on YouTube. Take a look at the latest video we dropped this morning. And also coming this Thursday, I'm dropping another video if you ever wanted to make your own theme song for your YouTube channel. I'm going to walk you through the very simple, very quick process on how you can do it. It's all up to your imagination. You guys know what I always say. Your only limitations is your imaginations. So there we are. But I hope everyone had a great time. Guys, as always, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, smash that like button, hit that bell for notifications, share this with all your friends, and don't forget, every Tuesday night, this is an open stream. Anybody and anyone and everyone is invited. You want to bring grandma on? Hell, the dimension is open, guys. We can have a ton of people come on. We can discuss. It's always better when it's just me talk. It's better than when it's just me talking. I prefer to have people talking on the stream with me because, one, I can catch a breath, and two, nobody wants to hear me talk all day long. But guys, there you go. I don't know what next week's theme is going to be. Maybe it's going to be, we're going to be doing some 3D printing in the background. Maybe we'll be doing something else. We have a lot coming through the pipeline. It is the holidays, guys. Well, the holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving's coming up later this month, aka my sister's birthday. So that week, the week of Thanksgiving, is going to be a weird, funny one. I'm going to be working Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And also, I don't know if we'll be doing a Tuesday Night Talks that Tuesday. We might. It all depends on what we have going on in the world. But guys, as always, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Guys, keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always, always catch you on that flip side. Take care, guys.
Today's dimension so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air. Superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of wires and might, late night sessions feel so right. Insanity's dance we all embrace. A smile found on every face. Dave's Dimension, here we roam. A place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray. Superheroes light the way. Dave's Dimension, here we roam. A place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray. Superheroes light the way. Unbox the wonder, see them shine. Every spark a moment in time. Gadgets speaking in mystic